Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to a nice laid-back video on this thing, the Graphics New Media 1 book that was recently donated to me by Hero Rareheart in that video where she sent in that Linux computer. And I want to thank her very much again because there's going to definitely be some more videos on that thing. I don't really know what yet, but I mean, I certainly predict there's going to be some operating system installs and all sorts of stuff. I mean, you guys know with this channel, there's just, sometimes I'll just get an idea and be like, yeah, I should do a video on that. And that's pretty much what happened with this book here, because evidently some of you guys were interested in me doing a one-off video on this thing. And a few people also asked for the ISBN number, so here's that if you were curious. I responded to a couple comments. There are a few places where you can buy this book. When I looked it up, there's someone on Amazon selling a used copy of this. It shows that they have one in stock, and I think there's a few copies on eBay and that sort of thing. So what is this book? Well, when I got it, I first thought it was something Netscape related because of the Netscape, you know, title bar and stuff up here. And so I was like, oh, is this something, you know, like a Netscape design book or something? But no, it's not related to Netscape. I mean, I guess it kind of is because it relates to the World Wide Web. This is a design book for what they called new media, which was referring to the World Wide Web. And it pretty much has screenshots of websites, and it talks about various design elements, and from what I can tell, this was meant to be sold to like graphic designers and web designers. I would say probably graphic designers who were trying to expand into the new frontier of the web. And it's really interesting. I was flipping through it a little bit off camera, but then I was like, oh, why don't I just do this video? If I'm gonna flip through it, why not just do it with you guys? So this is the letter again from Hero Rareheart. And I touched on this in the original video, but I'll have it here if you want to pause the video and read through it. And I gotta say that this book is definitely, it's really nicely designed. I mean, you know, this cover art here, I really like it. This is actually a screenshot of one of the websites, this Photodisc website, photodisc.connectinc.com, as you can see up there in the address bar. So this is one of the websites that is talked about in here. And if we look on the spine of the book here, the name of the book is actually Graphics New Media 1. It doesn't really say that entirely on the front here. It does on the spine. It says New Media 1, but there's no graphics anywhere. But in here, on the spine, it gives you a little bit of info about it. So it says Graphics New Media 1 is the first volume from Graphics. Oh, Graphis. I was reading that. I thought that was graphics. It's Graphis. Yeah, I can't believe I've been reading that wrong this entire time. So it's Graphis, who I assume is the publisher or the company behind this. And so it's the first volume from Graphis to explore the intensely exciting and exponentially expanding world of new interactive media. And yeah, so Clement Mock is, I believe, I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. Clement is credited as the designer, I believe, or the editor. That's right. So right there, a compilation of new media design. And this is the kind of artwork that you'll see throughout this thing. It is really cool. So yeah, there's Graphis US Inc., New York, Graphis Press Corp., Zurich, Switzerland. Yeah, and there's the various, you know, people that worked on it. Writer, digital production, art director, publisher, and creative director. Yeah, so let's just flip through here. And yeah, I saw this one too. Really like that artwork. And so there are some pages here that, like, there's this introduction by Clement there. You've got a couple commentaries. And then this internet concept map. This thing is, just wait till you see this. We're not going to read through, like, everything in here. But yeah, this is the introduction here. And so Clement goes through and talks about new media and what it is. And here are some, so this is like a visual key of things that you'll see throughout the book when they're trying, because they just have screenshots of websites in here, and they have all the different pages, and they use these like arrows and things to like link up how that everything, or well, link up to showcase how everything is linked together. And then you got the commentaries here, and there's looks almost like an Apple monitor. Yeah, that's definitely a Mac. I think I can see, yeah, the Apple logo like right there. Print the light, fantastic. Glowing screens like beacons in the night beckon safe passage to distant digital shores. Gosh, I love the like wordage that they're using in here. And this is the internet concept map. So it says, the spawn of new media appears numberless. And this year we have witnessed an awesome growth of yet another, the internet. Specifically, it is the flashy and chatty, zippy and smart, mouse clicking, Yahoo hollering, HTML speaking, surfboard toting, URL delivering, omnipresent, gosh, these adjectives, man, omnipresent World Wide Web that is making most of the ruckus. They did not stop with how they did not hold back, rather, on what they used to describe what the web and what the internet is. And this is the concept map. I actually think I'm going to take off this jacket here because I can feel it kind of already starting to come off as I'm flipping through here. So I do not want to, get creases in it or anything. So we'll just set that aside. And yeah, the book here itself, I mean, this would look super nice on a shelf. Just having all these books next to each other. If you get the, Graphics New Media 2 and 3, I'm assuming there were other editions anyways, but let's flip back to that concept map here. This is pretty much like a flow chart. You've got your center bubble here, the internet. It is a network of networks providing a range of services based on standards for software protocols such as servers and data transfer. And so you've got these like dotted lines here that go up to it. Creates a new paradigm for computing. It may foster social change. People use computers connected to the internet to exchange information that can be organized into a sequence, that can be presented as a zero-directional structure, that can be organized into a multi-directional structure. And yeah, so then you got down here, this diagram is a concept map describing the internet. The vertical box defines the main concept. The horizontal box places it within a context. The ovals contain major concepts linked in hierarchies with broader concepts at the top. Linking phrases connect the concepts. Dashed lines connect concepts between hierarchies. And yeah, I guess that's the author right there, December 27th, 1995. And we're only on page 23. So now we're getting into some of the new media elements. So first is promotion, some of the most wow-inspiring, kinetic, beautiful, again, all these adjectives here. No matter the medium in which they work, designers of promotions have similar goals. They want to grab attention, capture hearts, engage minds, influence perceptions, and when the wind is right, help close a sale. So this goes into like promotional stuff. And we start with the Warren Idea Exchange. And down here, it talks about what that is, how you can access it, and who it was designed by. So, and then this is what I was talking about. It has various pages here from the website, and they got all these dashed lines that link everything together. So if you were to click on here to enter the Warren Idea Exchange, you would be taken to this page right here. And then if you click on here, you'd go to this page, and here you'd go to this page. And this is where you could make a request. It's cool to see this laid out. I don't know. I mean, it's really neat looking back on this, because this was the early days of the web. This is some of the earliest examples of web design, and it's neat to see how different organizations and different companies designed their sites at the time. So here's Discovery Channel, and here's what they did with their site. And I believe it says, yeah, right here, Discovery Channel Online, Design, Discovery Communication. So I guess this was designed in-house. And yeah, there's all the names that worked on it, I guess. So yeah, pretty cool. And here's CNET. This was neat. This was one of the ones that I saw before. The beauty of this site, which provides a wealth of information about computer technology and the internet, is how its designers recognized and took advantage of the built-in limitations of web design. For example, currently there are only 3 typefaces are available to web designers, one of them Courier. The folks at CNET seem to have said, well, if that's all we've got, we'll make that Courier as big as a barn. In this way, a quantitative change becomes a qualitative one. For the magnification seems almost to transform Courier into a wholly different typeface. A particular bonus of this site is its real-time polling capability, which allows visitors to weigh in on important questions concerning commerce, politics, and culture, and then view up-to-the-minute results of the poll. That's actually, I did not know that. CNET did that? I guess this is it right here. Your opinion counts. Yeah. So they did these polls, I get. Wow. They must have stopped doing this when I started using CNET, or maybe I just never noticed it. But yeah, that's really cool. So Here's some more of that. But yeah, I didn't even realize that about the font. And here's the CNET worldwide website. I always love when they actually will type out worldwide website instead of just website. Or just site, as we would say today. Design, CNET, so this was also designed in-house by them. And there should be some more pages right here. Or no, this is different. This is the Electra Entertainment worldwide website. And this was designed by Avalanche Systems Incorporated. So I guess another company that they contracted. Yeah, some of these sites I've not seen before, at least these really old versions of it. And this right here is the Saturn website, which is pretty neat to look back. I guess that looks really basic, doesn't it? I mean, I guess simple and to the point, right? And yeah, here is what we had on the front. Let me grab the jacket here. This is this website. So they just actually took a screenshot of one of the websites in the book and made that the title. So yeah, it's the Photodisc, what is it called? Photodisc Worldwide website. And oh, it was actually designed by Clement Mock Designs. Look at that. What is this? The 1994 IBM Interactive Annual Report. Oh, so this isn't a website, it's a CD-ROM. Yeah, IBM had this, the Interactive Annual Report. So it's not just web stuff, it's also just, I guess, new media, as the name suggests, which doesn't have to just be web-focused stuff. And right here, yeah, they released a sharp annual report last year. What's unusual is that Big Blue offered two versions, one on paper and another on CD-ROM. Shareholders may either dive right into the paper version of the report, which is included on this disc, or explore the interactive multimedia version, which presents shareholders with a landscape that includes a map of the world with clickable hotspots and 6 three-dimensional objects. This is something I should try to find because, oh my gosh, this would be neat to go through. See, I'm getting other video ideas, like right here. Like, they made a shareholders report into an interactive, like, presentation on a CD. That's something. Anyway, here's the zip drive thing. And then this is Tanagram digital postcard. Interesting. Oh, and here's that image we saw from the front. This is from, 9X. But yeah, I do want to point out, this is just flipping through this book. I'm not going to be like reading everything to you. So if you're really that interested in this, I would recommend just buying it. But let's get to that second category here. We were in promotion. Then there's titles, tools, and prototypes. I'm really interested to see what the prototypes are, but let's see. So the tools is on, or the titles rather, is 83, and tools is on 189. So we'll go to titles here. Oh, I think this is talking about like programs and stuff. Is that what it means by titles, like software titles? Let's see. Let me go through here and we'll test that theory. Yeah, I think that is what it's talking about. The Multimedia Cartoon Studio. Yeah. So it's talking about like software titles here. And it's definitely a diverse selection of software titles for sure, because you go from like a funny like cartoon studio thing here to this, which what is this called again? This is Gadget. Gadget deposits players into something. Oh, it's a game. Okay. Trying to see if there's anything that I like recognize or remember in here. World Reference Atlas. I've definitely used a World Atlas before. The one that came with Microsoft and Carta, or was sold separately, but it was branded under Microsoft and Carta. I've definitely used that a bit. This I don't think is a Microsoft thing though. Yeah, it's not. But it's a World Reference Atlas. The CNN Time Capsule reviews the year's most newsworthy stories by way of a snappy, user-friendly interface. Video clips from the cable news network can be compared with political cartoons from papers around the globe, as well as reprints from USA Today and U.S. News and World Report. Content can be accessed through a timeline, a powerful search function, and a smart cross-referencing system. What makes this a serious research tool rather than mere entertainment are its easy-to-use export and printing functions. Huh. Let's go to another page. So here's that search tool they were talking about. And now we're getting into the tools category. So it's worth noting that most of the book was taken up by the first two categories, which were promotions and titles. So we're almost at the end here. And I assume this is talking about like what software tools and programs? Yeah. So Assist here is a daybook organizer software. Not seen that before, but yeah, it looks like that could be useful. And then, what do we have here? Apple eWorld service. Oh man, check that out. This is interesting. I wonder what prototypes are specifically talking about. I guess like prototypes of some of the designs in this book, maybe? Like early, you know, concepts and sketches of some of the stuff that's in here. So here's interactive conversation presented at Intermedia 95. And says, okay, so it's a disc, offers the rare and valuable opportunity to listen, watch, and manipulate an interactive presentation of an interactive conversation about interactive design by two interactive design pros. Yeah, they got to use that word interactive like 15 times there. Okay, it was like 3 times, but you get the point. Throwing apples at the sun. Interactive travel guide, San Francisco. Huh, interesting. And okay, we got that same breakdown again of the different various pages and stuff. And this here, this is like what is this? Dove by Digital Equipment Company. Okay. Interesting. See, I've not seen this before. The demo for Digital Equipment Company's next generation personal digital assistant, codenamed Dove, offers a thrilling glimpse at the blue sky stage of an amazing gadget. Attempting to alter how we think about the computer desktop, the Dove interface smoothly blends real-world artifacts, while you were out slips, for instance, with those traditionally associated with computers such as modems. The result is an interface whose form gracefully follows its many functions. So it's a PDA. Look at that. And yeah, that's it. We're getting into the index now, which I think just has like company names and things like that. Apple Computer, Cupertino, California. There you go. And right here, you got the Graphis magazine books. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at that. I just love this like backdrop they got going on here. Okay, is this like an order form, I guess? Yeah. They don't really have a way, like, I guess you have to just cut this page out manually, because it doesn't, which that sucks, because I would think you'd probably make a copy of this, because you wouldn't want to just tear this out of here, because on the other side of it is this. That's it. That is the Graphis New Media 1. Let me just grab the jacket here. Graphis New Media 1. Very interesting book for sure, and I want to thank Hero Rareheart again for donating this to the channel. And I don't know, let me know if you guys found this interesting at all, because I do have other books like this, and I kind of like this, I don't know, this laid back video style where I feel like I can just chat with you guys, because a lot of my videos, I do cut some of this stuff out. I kind of try to keep things to the point, because it's kind of just one of those things. If you make a video too long, people will complain that it's too long. But if you make it too short, people will say, you should have talked about this or that or this or that. In many cases I've just cut it out of the video, because I'm like, this kind of just makes it feel like it drags on. And it's not really relevant to what I'm talking about. But it's relevant in a broad sense to where people will say, you should have mentioned that. And I'm like, I did, but I cut it out because I didn't think it was really necessary to the video. I don't know, but this was a fun thing to do. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, get subscribed, all that good stuff. And as always, I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.